Hey guys, I'm just going to be doing a quick review on the Xymox drum pad, which I got for Christmas, and I was going to be comparing it to just a generic Evans Real Feel pad, and it's a lot like the Vic Firth version like this. So I'm just going to be comparing them. I'm hopefully going to cover all the aspects. I didn't see that many reviews online, so I figured I'd do you guys a favor, and hopefully I'll convince you guys to buy this thing because this thing is sick. So I'll just start with a quick comparison. Let's see, I guess they're the same thickness. This one's double-sided. The Evans is double-sided. It's a little thicker. The Xymox is only single-sided, and that's because I chose to get beads in the bottom to give it a snare sound. You can't really hear it when I flick it, but you can get double-sided on this, but you can't get double-sided and bead sounds. It's one or the other. So let's see. For the Evans Real Feel, there's like a squishy rubber that's super thick. It's a 1/4 inch thick, and then they have a slightly thinner but more dense, like almost like it looks like cork, but I think it's a rubbery. I don't know what it's made out of. It's a little bit harder, and so it gives it a little bit different feel than this side. This thing, they feel about the same weight. But the Xymox, actually, when I went and weighed them, this one weighs 3 pounds. The Evans Real Feel weighs about 3.5. So this one's a little bit more bulky. I like that the Xymox is around. It's more appealing to the eye, I guess, than this funky octagon shape. Let's see. I think I got an eighth inch thickness gum rubber. You can choose anywhere from an 1/8 inch to a 1/4 inch on the Xymox pad. I chose 1/8 inch because I'm going to be practicing more rudimental drumming for marching, and this pad wasn't good enough, and I'll cover that. So let's talk about the Xymox pad. This is the ID Xymox pad. You can fully customize everything on this pad, from the artwork on top, the wood color, the rubber thickness. You can do double-sided rubber, in which you can choose different thicknesses. For the double-sided, I'm not sure how the artwork works for that. If you design both sides separate, or if they're both the same, or if it only prints on one side. I'm not sure how that works. I got beads on the bottom. You can choose beads that'll give you more of a marching sound, or more of a concert snare sound. I chose marching. And then it has this foam stuff on the bottom, just to give it some grip, and so you can set it down. Let's see, that's basically it. I chose this cool picture I found on the internet. It's kind of like a fractal, I don't know, cool, swirly designs. It's pretty sick. So yeah, you can put any picture on. You have to put their logo on. It's no choice, but you can adjust the size, color, and where you put their logo. So that's pretty cool. That at least they let you do that. So, but it does have to be visible. So you can't put the logo on, but then make it the same color as the background, because they check it. So that has to be on there. I didn't really care. I just stuck it in the corner where it kind of looked up, like the logo would fit. So that's basically my ID pad that I designed. Now let's talk about how the drum pads feel when I'm playing on them. The Evans pad, the rubber is so thick that I can't hear when I'm playing, and I can't feel when I'm playing as much. So let me play a little bit on this, and beware, I'm kind of a noob, so don't make fun of me. I will take constructive criticism though. So I'm using some M-Dogs. I got some McIntoshes, and I'll play a little bit with some concert sticks in a little bit. So I don't like this pad because I can't feel my individual notes with my diddles and all that. It just everything feels all blended together and kind of marshmallowy. So let me do some diddles. So it feels, I mean, it has like, it's bouncy, but I just can't feel as much of what I'm doing. It doesn't feel articulated like I want my marching to sound. Same thing for the backside, even though they went for it to go a little bit harder, it just doesn't quite work. I don't know. This is a weird surface to play on, so. So that's a little different. It's a little louder, obviously, because it's a little bit harder. I don't like either surface to play on because it's not realistic in my opinion. From playing on real drums to this, it just doesn't feel right. And I knew that, and I wanted to get a nicer pad so I could practice better and actually develop my skill instead of learning on a surface that's not like a drum. So here's the Xymox Pad. It sounds, you can hear every note, it sounds really crisp. I can feel what I'm doing when I'm diddling. I know exactly what my sticks are doing. It feels so much better. It's more fun to play on. It sounds good. It sounds cool. Like, it almost makes you sound better just because of the crispness, you know, where, you know, on the Evans it just sounds like someone's just like thinking around on a pad, but this thing sounds really cool. It sounds really good. The thing I like about this pad is that it responds to the different types of sticks and their personalities. The Evans Real Feel pad doesn't really do that quite as much. The beads, like my M Dogs, if you guys have played on a snare with these, they're really like, they're almost like firecrackers. They're kind of a higher pitch, and they're so loud. They're really cool to play on a drum with, but you can really hear the difference when I play with this. So that's the difference. And then also with like a marching stick, or not a concert stick, it sounds different too. So that's the thing I like about this pad, is because the beads, they respond differently to the weights of the sticks. So compared to this one, you can kind of hear a difference, but it's mostly just a difference in volume, not like personality. So let me... there's the M Dogs, the McIntoshes. So they sound kind of different, but not really. So this pad sounds a little bit more deeper, and I don't really like that because, I mean, you're playing snare. Snares don't sound deep. So that's why the Xymox is pretty cool when it responds. Now, I got the 1/8 inch rubber, which is the thinnest they offer, and the marching sound. So it's not really that good when I'm practicing my concert band or symphonic band or whatever band you guys are in. It's not so good for practicing stuff that you would play on a concert snare, because the rubber is thin and it's designed for an open roll in those clean, clear diddles. But when you try to buzz, it doesn't quite work. So like a buzz roll, like it doesn't quite sound, you know, as watery as it would on a concert snare. You know, like when you get that good snare roll, it just sounds so awesome. You can't get that on here because of what design features I chose. That's like the only thing that benefits from a little bit thicker rubber, is you can really get a good you know, buzz that lasts for a while. So this does have a little bit better feel when it comes to buzz rolls, and I'm sure if you asked around, or if you could even try the different thickness rubbers, I know they offer 3 thicknesses of rubber. You can change how it responds, but I don't like. I guess it feels good when I'm like diddling and stuff, you know, if you like do that for concert, but I just really want to practice my rudimental drumming on this guy. So, let's see. Let's compare the prices real quick. This Evans pad and the most basic pads like this cost about I don't know, like $15 or $20. I mean, I don't really think it's worth it, because I mean that's a lot of money, and it's just like this piece of wood with rubber glued onto it. This feels so much more professional, and I feel like they really designed it better. Let's see. This costs, I think on the Xymox website it'll say the drum pads cost from $41 to $80. This one cost about $62. When you're designing it, they tell you. I think it costs more to get the snares on the bottom than like a double-sided. And they have pre-designed artwork on top, or you can design your own, which I decided to do because I didn't really want to go with what they had. But I guess you could if you liked it. So that's basically my review for the Xymox Pad. It's really better. It's an awesome drum pad. It's better than this guy in every way I can think of. It's lighter, it looks better, it sounds better, it feels better. Everything that a drum pad should do, this thing does better than this guy. Now, I guess if you're really on a tight budget, go with this guy, I guess. But, I mean, if this guy is so awesome. I love this thing. It's so much fun to play on. This thing is just a hunk of junk. So, I highly recommend this thing. It's awesome. So, that's my review. I hope it helps you guys out, because I didn't see that many reviews out there. Happy drumming, guys. See you later.